risquer que tous les sorties. Tu viens passer tout le...
I'm not going to back down from what I said.
It felt like a punch in the face.
It's SK Gaming running away with it. What do you have to say now?
This is the peak of Brawl Stars Esports, I'll be honest.
Brawl Stars Championship. In 2023, one team entered the season with massive expectations.
This team is in complete chaos.
And a bitter rival standing in their way.
They both had huge points to prove.
At the end of the season, only one team can lift the World Finals trophy. But are there other ways to measure greatness?
No suffer, no SK, right? Like what they say.
The Brawl Stars Championship is a series of monthly tournaments that all have cash prizes on the line, but more importantly, give you points that you can accumulate throughout the year to compete for the biggest tournament, which is the World Finals, which is everything in Brawl Stars.
The Brawl Stars Championship is cutthroat. If you're not performing, your spot can be up for grabs.
That's how things work in Brawl Stars. Metas change, people start to develop skills on different brawlers, and sometimes you just need to make a change to make it work.
It's do or die. You've got to keep up the pace and you've got to be performing at your very best all the time.
I mean, SK are a legitimate living esports dynasty, even from the very, very early days.
Well, SK, they've just been always one of the best. When you're talking European Brawl Stars, these are the guys that you expect to be up on the podium.
SK Gaming are your champions.
SK look to be in full control.
Their performance is just unmatched in this region.
And SK are going to be victorious. It's going to happen. That's takedown SK Gaming. I'm going to take it. 4 monthly final wins in a row. Absolutely in the top of their game.
SK have been that organisation since like the birth of Brawl Esports. They've just always been out in front.
In 2021, they were the best team in Europe. In 2022, they follow it up by being top 3 in Europe.
And this is a team that also has empowered their coach, Pedro, to make so many of these decisions. His years of experience in Brawl Esports really translates to how he builds up teams from sometimes nothing.
Hello guys, Pedro here. We are proud of the path we are going. Keep cheering for us. We really appreciate it and thank you very much.
Pedro is the ringleader behind SK Gaming. He is the glue. He has got the book of tricks that always comes out of the pocket when it's needed most. And in 2023, he had the vision of an all-Spanish roster.
They've got iChaos.
iChaos is consistent, but he's also adaptable. He can go on the aggressive, but he also knows when to hold back.
Guille's this lighthearted, fun-loving guy, but he also has a really serious resume in Brawl Stars.
Yoshi may seem quiet and reserved, but when it comes to Brawl, he knows best how to throw down the gauntlet.
And so basically the question on everyone's minds is, are they finally going to do it this year?
With huge organizations comes huge expectations. There's nothing better than having a great amount of support in that network, but they do expect you to win.
Start of the season, February, SK don't even qualify for the monthly finals.
SK Gaming, very much expected to be joining those teams here.
Check, check. This is the first time that this happened to SK. It was tough, not gonna lie. It was not a good moment. If I manage to put everyone on a comfortable position on the team, we will be able to do unbelievable things, wonderful things.
I feel like next month, that leaderboard is going to change substantially again. You know, maybe we'll see some other teams be able to qualify through into this stage.
March comes around, yet again, SK don't qualify for the monthly finals.
They division with a massive, massive lead now, about an 80-point lead, so it's huge for them. And multiple more teams like SK Gaming and Navi, who aren't even appearing on this leaderboard, still have a lot to say this year as well.
So when we lost, it was very difficult because we got in the last match, in the last BO3 to qualify. We didn't get it twice, and we felt really, really bad.
They instantly failed to qualify for 2 consecutive monthly finals, which is genuinely unheard of for a team like SK.
I think it's no doubt that all of us were wondering, are they even going to be in the picture this year?
I think that's a huge issue for a team of that caliber with the players they have on that roster.
So this team is in complete chaos to start the year.
SK are now at a point where they have to make a change.
We worked hard to find out what the problem were. We plan to look for a 4th player.
SK are looking for a new player to sort of breathe life into the team, and ultimately they land on Jetton.
It was a bit of a weird time because no one really knew whether it was going to be a long-lasting partnership or where things were heading.
I think SK were kind of just
grasping at anything that still had, some form of SK still in their blood. And, he did play in 2021. And then they kind of just come back to him expecting to have that same kind of energy he wants.
What's good, Brawl Nation? Welcome to another monthly final. Some things changing behind the scenes at SK. Jetton kind of jumping back into the mix here, Teddy. I think that bodes well for SK.
Come April, SK finally qualify. And then they also make it to the grand final, so they're back in the game in terms of points.
SK Gaming certainly have a couple more points still off of the top 8. SK Gaming with 102 points in total, trying to join the rest of the pack.
This was such a huge result for SK Gaming. Ultimately, if they hadn't have been able to perform that month, the prospect of the World Finals was probably going to be out of the picture. This kept them in the running, and very much what they needed at that time.
Hello everyone, minasan konnichiwa, and welcome to Japan. It is about time for us to kick off our very first ever Snapdragon Mobile Masters event.
To start things off, we've got the SK Gaming versus STMM match.
SK, and they've had chance after chance, but nothing translates. And they only have one life left, and it's not looking good for them.
They need to win against Marcos Gaming.
There's a huge super going out, and Yash is back in trouble. There is no way that Marcos can recover from this as SK continue forwards.
Will Crazy Raccoon continue their push to try to defend their title, or will SK Gaming keep their hopes alive?
Big taps from Stetapa, 1-2 kills. There's no room left for SK Gaming to come back, and Crazy Raccoon, they're going to day 2.
That was absolutely insane. It was so close to seeing an SK Gaming comeback.
SK wrap up Snapdragon Mobile Masters with, frankly, poor results. So it's now confirmed that they still don't have this winning formula that they've been searching for. Now SK makes a ton of roster changes just before the June monthly finals too. They cut Jetton, they bench Guille, and then they pick up Ope, who's just been dropped from Foot the month prior.
I felt really bad for Guille. He's the nicest guy, incredible player, but it just really wasn't what SK were looking for at the point in time.
For me, Guille was always a really solid esports player. I mean, historically, one of the best we've ever had. So I think for the whole community, it was quite the shock when SK decided to let him go, and I think it's fair to say that many of us were skeptical at best.
When you work with Ope, you realize really fast that he wants to control everything. He wants to control from the draft to the strategy to microplays. So he's a really complete player. The player that we were looking for was a player that also could help us drafting. And when we find him, we knew really fast that he was the guy.
He impressed us because we couldn't find the key to draft good, and he was like the best we could have get in those times.
SK Gaming is my favorite organization. I wanted to be in SK, so play against them was cool, but play with them is way better.
So now the core roster is Ikeos, Ope, Yoshi, with Pedro still steering the ship. And at this point, they kind of have to make it work. They don't have an option to change things up. It has to work, or else there's no chance of them going to Worlds.
SK Gaming versus Foot Esports. This is, again, a big rivalry matchup. It's not just about winning. It's not just about points. This is about pride. That's the first time we see both of these two rosters appearing in the BSC go head-to-head. The horns are going to clash.
Now the short shot, is that going to be enough to slow as well? 2%, 1% actually going to be in favor of Foot, and they will take this opening set.
Ope goes in, gets the kill, 5 stars already for SK.
Yoshi is able to get the trade. This should very much be secured here for SK Gaming. Look at that aggression. Semantic with a 2-piece on the left, and Semantic
my word. It's about time, realistically, here. The SK are able to, should have been able to hold on, but look, Semantic's been able to creep through. And as I'm speaking, everyone low, but not out. Hate to say it, but that looked effortless. Almost by Foot. Got to tread really cautiously now because they can't go over aggressive too early on. I mean, so they're still left and side lane. That's what they do, and they get annihilated.
The OP is one shot, but he's wow for now.
Great slow there from Yoshi as we're going all the distance.
Set 5 is going to decide it. My goodness, a match point on the line. A lot of aggression, and Semantic finds open. Yoshi trying to get the trade. There is some low HP players on the side of Foot, but somehow all of them survive, and it's only Yoshi left alive.
Foot can just stretch a little sigh of relief here. They've got on to match point. Foot can smell blood, and they're going for the jugular.
This is looking very challenging for SK Gaming. Quite the uphill battle. Can they make a play happen?
The 3 versus 1, but I've got the spins, and spins, most importantly, the win. They go through to today's semi-final. SK have always just found a little bit of beef along the way, you know, that's the thing.
I mean, you can clearly see where this SK Foot rivalry started just looking at the roster movements, to be honest with you. They've both had huge points to prove, and, you know, along with that, a lot of that talking really got it going.
As soon as Semantic left the SK Gaming roster, things were always going to be a little bit touch and go, and then obviously Foot Esports was formed, and OPE, for me, he was that aggressor. He was very, very good at what he was doing, but it wasn't quite working out as far as Foot were concerned.
Keep in mind, too, Semantic used to be the face of SK, and after being dropped, I'd be pretty upset, too. I'm sure there's bad blood, and losing to a rival would be the absolute worst thing to happen for Semantic.
Every roster was kind of mixed up. It's super, super weird, and if you have a lot of teams changes like that, naturally you will want to beat your former teammates.
So at the start of the year, we had a roster of me, Semantic, and OPE. But with the rough start we had, where we didn't qualify for month 1, it kind of put a lot of pressure on us to succeed. So when things were going downhill, we decided to make a change, and yeah, we had to just get rid of OP.
They needed results at that point in the year, and having 2 seasoned veterans like Drake and Semantic, usually you kind of figure out just by trial and error that that's just not the problem. You know, you're always going to point the finger at the rookie when you're not doing well.
With Semantic formerly being on SK, OPE formerly being on Foot, and just a season of SPS and BSC of these 2 teams competing, it is the perfect storm for a rivalry to form.
In the BSC, no, we've seen this back and forth yet again happening, and every single time, Foot Esports come out on top. I want to see SK today really stand that heat and get a win on the board. In July, SK Gaming do a boot camp, bringing all the players into one location to really start to practice, build up that team synergy, and go hard.
The guys right now are performing really good individually. And if we have just a decent draft, should be a good day.
I think the team has still something to prove, because obviously, although there was some improvements already, we still feel that, you know, we're not quite there yet in terms of the level that we actually want to be. But I know that this will be a bootcamp buff for them, so I'm actually quite confident that they have all the conditions to be successful.
Any last words?
They better win.
Because there's 3 players coming up with a bunny jump as well. The Squeak Super that will get a connection. Open trying to tank it, but it's not enough. Damage pours down, and SK Gaming are not able to defend that save off. Foot could probably still reset the countdown by staying around the mid, but they need that next gem. It's spawned on the side of SK, and it's going to be Ikeos to pick it up. Boom! Ikeos is able to get the trade, but Semantic somehow runs away with 6. Drage finds 4, and somehow this is a countdown for Foot Esports.
I mean, Lenane is just an absolute beast on this call. That is absolutely insane from him. Went in, got the kill, avoided the Tara super quickly, and then take the win for Foot Esports. They're going to be moving on to the finals. Look how close this 3-0 was. It shouldn't have been a 3-0, put it that way. SK could have easily taken any single one of these sets, maybe even all of them at that point if they played it just that little bit better.
I think Gem was in decision, but the other one was just 1-2 percentage points of skill, hitting one shot or dodging one shot, and we have changed the whole game. Golden Knight was super close every game, every mini round, and I think it was 5% the one that was working.
It was clear that SK was starting to pick up the pace, but there were these consistent run-ins with Foot Esports that weren't starting to go their way, and Foot were gaining the upper hand.
August is a do-or-die month for SK. LCQ is approaching, World Finals are approaching, and everyone's positioning themselves as best as possible. SK have to clutch up.
Welcome back to the Brawl Stars Championship for the final, monthly final of the EMEA region. SK have gone through so much this year.
They started with roster, they changed it up again, and then changed it up again. You know, it's like so many different roster changes to bring it to the roster they have now, and they've changed the play style, they've changed the players, and this just seems like a roster that can win a monthly final, and I feel like this is just their month.
And SK lock in the 3-0 victory.
Rama's trying to go through. Chaos gets the takedowns. Rama's going to fall too. That's beautiful from SK. Chaos surely able to push up and just finish this one off. Now slow from OP as well. They can't even get up the map in time. There it goes. SK's going to the finals.
SK are looking so good at the moment. It's quite scary. Zeta Division versus SK Gaming. Set to be an absolute banger. It's hard not to feel like this could be a turn, a bit of a change in the wind for them.
Yoshi finds it, even though the wall was placed. Now he is going to go forward, but he's going to be taken down. SK Gaming taking set number 1 in such a convincing fashion.
SK, 15 stars to the 13 of Zeta, and somehow, someway, come out on top. That's a team wipe right there. Zeta can get the steal, they can run back with the gem.
And Zeta Division, the reverse sweep's alive. So defensive from Zeta here. The Mark goes forward and he hits the Shadow Realm grab. And now Yoshi trying to go forwards, but he's not going to be able to do it. Zeta Division are going to drag this to a set number 5.
It's match point. Next game takes it all.
SK desperately in need of the points over the cash. Shots coming through. Jump forwards from Naui, and that's going to be a goal.
SK can score as they absolutely can. They're being hesitant to go for it now, and it is defended. Zeta off the line. The T-wipe is there, and that might be the one chance that SK had to bring this back into tie. And Zeta Division have done it. The reverse sweep is there, and SK Gaming deprived of the first monthly final win of the year. A goal away potentially from having literally 100 points more to their name going into SPS, and that might come back around to haunt them.
There is still a little bit of a battle that's going to be happening at SPS for that final world spot, mainly for Foot Esports and SK Gaming.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Snapdragon Pro Series Challenge Finals. Hello Gamescom!
Well, when SK and Foot got to Gamescom, that game mattered so much for both of them. And, you know, there was multiple teams who could still make it to World Finals directly through that competition. But only one spot remained, and it was SK or Foot pretty much.
This is such a back-and-forth rivalry, and it has been for years, realistically, when you look at the rosters that these players have been on in the past. But again, getting it right on the day, so important for both of these two teams, and you know, getting that first win as well can give you such a lift going into the rest of the opposition. Those aggressive ideas paying off, and OPE is running away, stealing it from the clutches of Foot.
Well, the match on day 1, it went all SK.
3v2 situation here, and SK Gaming takes it! They take the win over their very first match against Foot Esports.
And Foot Esports, they just didn't really look like themselves. But that's not what mattered. That day 2 matchup, knockout in that lower bracket, it was Foot Esports or it was SK Gaming. One was going to LCQ, and one was qualifying directly to Worlds.
SK was unfortunately above us in the bracket against Zeta. If they made it to the finals, we also need to make it to the finals. But Zeta was handing us SK at a silver tablet to say, yo guys, here you go. Qualify. It's your chance, you have it in your hands.
With the final nail in the coffin, SK Gaming going down to the lower bracket to face off against Foot Esports.
They gave it to us, and we don't say no to that option. We don't say no to that.
Head Yoshi's way, so low, but he's going behind his legs, and even if his legs go down, he falls. Yoshi goes down, the spin on Chaos. He's spinning himself. He knows they've lost. Foot Esports going to Worlds and going to the Grand Finals.
We took it on, and we beat SK down on the day 2, the important day, 3-0 in a convincing fashion. And yeah, that felt really good. And also to qualify for Worlds.
It's a bloodbath. No other way to describe it. It was a 3-0 sweep. SK just were not in the game, and Foot were loving every single minute.
If the shouting that just came from Semantic is anything to go by, I think you guys just qualified for Worlds. How does that feel?
I actually can't speak. I don't know how to feel right now. We just actually focused up the whole game. Those guys suck, by the way. SK suck, and I hope they enjoy LCQ. But yeah, we're going straight to Worlds, and now we're going for the trophy now.
Yeah, Gamescom was, I think, a real staging ground for one of this biggest rivalry, I think, in Europe to really emerge. Foot Esports come in and absolutely smash them. And, you know, the comments that, you know, were made by Foot Esports after their win, they genuinely were happy to have sent specifically SK to the LCQ.
Those guys suck, by the way. SK suck.
SK suck. So I was watching the match from the dressing room, coming onto the set to do a swap over, and Trav just looks at me and his eyes are piercing. I don't know what's happened. I'm trying to communicate to him, like, what's up, what's going on? And Trav's telling me what Drage said on stage, and then I can't believe it. We're all just completely stunned, shocked, and don't know what to make of it.
Drage's comments on stage were, to some people, hilarious. To a lot of other people, it was, you know, the worst thing someone can do to a team like SK Gaming.
I think a lot of it was showmanship and also, you know, mind games. He really wanted them to know he wasn't a fan of them, and he was very, very pleased they got knocked out. It's not that he's trying to artificially create a rivalry. He's the kind of competitor that he is.
As you can imagine, the community memes are flying. Twitter is exploding. Everyone is just not really sure what to make of it. Some really for it, some really against it. It was a bit of a division in the community, but nonetheless, it ignited the flame, and we just knew that it was going to evolve into a bonfire.
I said it purely out of emotion and kind of hatred, because I don't really like SK.
It felt like a punch in the face, I would say, but in my opinion it was a necessary one. The Drake's comment didn't feel well, obviously, but it makes us to focus more.
And, I mean, I still stand by it, because I'm not going to back down from what I said.
I know what, maybe he was thinking he was the main character, I don't know.
He's just another kid.
We don't need to win Worlds, right? But the question is, do you want it? Do you really want it? And then you need to do more. You need to do more than anybody else. You know, pick up on pace. And it's just a matter of being prepared for last chance qualifier, taking more experience. This is a good thing, actually. We have more experience to gain than any other team that we are facing in the World Championship.
Yeah, ready. Hello everyone and welcome to the Brawl Stars Championship Last Chance Qualifier. 16 teams will enter, but only 4 will succeed. SK Gaming dominating their match point game, 70% and still ticking.
After this Gamescom, we could have maybe not feeling good, we could have, like, I don't know, start to losing every match. But I guess we won this CSL, we were very confident.
Chaos under a lot of scrutiny here, but he's tapping hard. The ball is there. So, oh my word! Chaos is the last man standing. And SK Gaming will see day 2 and secure that #1 seed.
Qualifying already for day 2 is a huge feat, but if you got the seeding going your way, it can be absolutely massive.
SK Gaming going to be 2 sets up. Surely there's no chance of a comeback here as they're just too little, too late coming in from Humble. Chaos is coming forward. There's no damage on the Humble side, and SK want more. They do it, and they're going to Worlds.
We need to stay focused. Like, I know we qualify for World, that's a good thing, but that's not our aim. We don't want just to qualify for World, we want to win this cup, we want to win the World, so I guess it's good, we qualified, first step down.
Phenomenal stuff from SK. They just looked so calm and collected, they really did. SK were that standout team. They didn't drop a single set, they were just looking like the SK that we expected to see at the beginning of the season. It was a very weird time to see them having to really fight for their tournament lives to even make it to those World Finals. But they did it in convincing fashion.
The beginning of the year, I knew we were going to qualify to Worlds. We are a very good team. It was very focused, and we trained a lot for that, and we saw that.
It was a very happy and important moment for us, so we just need to keep going, hard work, and just show it to everyone that we can do it in Worlds.
It's important for us not to have a really long break. We're gonna have only 2-day break. And yeah, try to keep the momentum, try to maintain our level right now, which is the best, 1 step forward, or 2, or 5, let's see.
Welcome to the drawing ceremony for the 2023 Brawl Stars World Finals. The players are all backstage, waiting eagerly to see what the matchups are gonna be.
But now for Group D, our final group.
here for the World Finals. It is going to be SK Gaming, of course, to join Foot Esports and Crazy Raccoon.
Who would have guessed? SK are in the same group as Foot Esports, and we knew that it was about to go down.
Ribbons in Nolan, ribbons.
The groups are drawn, and fate has pulled Foot and SK together again for one final showdown on the world's biggest stage.
I think we have one of the most hardest group because Foot right now are in the best moment, and also Crazy Raccoon, they have 2 world champions players.
I feel happy to face these two teams. Like Crazy Raccoon, since I watch Esports, they are so good playing in World. So I wanted to face them and be the first Europe team to win against them in World. And Foot, like I said, is like a revenge. So we have to beat them.
I like it. Not in terms of level, because maybe we are the underdog. In the last LAN in Germany, we won Foot, but then they won us back. And of course, we want the revenge to everyone.
I'm confident. It's going to be hard for sure. It's a really hard group. One of the more difficult, I would say. But it's possible.
Welcome everyone to the Brawl Stars World Finals 2023. Oh yeah, teams from around the world have been fighting for the right to prove they are the best Brawl Stars team in the world.
I'm excited, man. We get to see Crazy Raccoon, the world champions from last year.
They've got a worthy opposition here with SK Gaming, who had a phenomenal performance throughout the LCQ.
And then the grudge match of the century, SK Gaming versus Foot.
The fact that we conclude the day with the possibility of one of those teams being eliminated or maybe making it on to day number 3, more importantly, absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, SK Gaming, they've had some tough times, but overall as an organization in Brawl Esports, they've always made it to those world finals, but usually, drop out the competition quite early.
First up, they got to get through the former world champs, Crazy Raccoon.
Hello? Do you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Me, it's fine. It's good. It's good.
Moy's got to slot this in. Obe's on just 40 health. It's an open goal and a set for Crazy Raccoon.
Stay focused on the match.
Crazy Raccoon out of nowhere! Steal the sets! With the seconds ticking down, Crazy Raccoon take the win over SK Gaming.
Yeah, we lost that match. It was a hard match because we didn't expect some pick like a Max, because in EU no one play Max, but Tensai Max is crazy. I think we played some match good, some not, but no, they were better this time.
Crazy Raccoon versus Foot. What a matchup this is going to be.
I think this one is definitely going to be a bit closer in my eyes.
Rage is trying his best to defend, but not enough DPS. It's a win in the set for Crazy Raccoon. It's got to be quick action from Foot Esports because Shtetapo's so alive and healthy, they're going to make it happen. It's just Linan left to answer, and Crazy Raccoon close it out. They can still bring it back. They have to fight all the way to Shtetapo with 5 seconds left and no one in sight. Crazy Raccoon, they close it out. A full 6 games, 0 losses. Flawless victory for Crazy Raccoon.
6-0 in terms of sets in this group. Just absolutely decimated Europe. And it's not a good look for those two teams, but they will be facing each other next, and that is a decider game, and it's a massive grudge match. In that Group D, all the talent, all the players in the world had a dream that Crazy Raccoon had just beat them both. They swept them both so easily and set up the absolute dream game.
It really does all come down to this one match for SK Gaming and Foot Esports. Can SK Gaming redeem themselves, and can Foot Esports fulfill the expectations that they've created for themselves in all of the fans watching around the world for the entire year?
We've had some harsh words being said in interviews and stuff like that. Many of you will remember at Gamescom, Drage kind of, threw a bit of shade at SK across the stage, and I think that's something that SK are going to want to rectify today. They're going to be able to want to bring it back. They're going to be able to want to throw some shade back at Drage, and I think that this match, they might be able to do just that.
This is the best way I can think of to end the group stage with the ultimate European grudge match.
It's going to be an absolutely incredible game. I cannot wait to see the heat that it goes on the stage.
I said to Semantic, how do you feel about SK obviously going up against her old team? And he looks at me for a couple seconds and he goes, what do you mean they kicked me? What do you think I feel about this team? And that was all I needed to hear. That's right, plenty of bad blood, and it's sure to come to a boil in this 5-set series. We're going to be starting on height. Here it is. Let's put pen to paper in another chapter in the FUT Esports SK rivalry. No pleasantries exchanged. We're straight out of the gates, hitting hard and fast. Grace needs to get something done. That's the dive, and that'll get the job done. Lenar sticks to landing.
FUT Esports take game number 1. Played that chuck beautifully, I will say.
Now Lenar wants to dive on in. FUT Esports are taking no prisoners. Semantic doing the dirty on his old team. And SK Gaming are floundering.
As SK even
we go.
Now the chuck forward should be done. 3.5 to the safe. And FUT takes set number 1.
2-2, baby. The chuck pays off.
Just like that, bro. They're easy. They're easy. Come on, focus up. They are not better. They play like. Yeah, they play like.
We expect to lose this map. Like, we train a lot. I don't know what is wrong with this map. It's very hard for us to make it, to keep the control, go for the damage. Defense very good because there is some pocket on the defense. We just said, okay, we lost. We expected to lose. We wanted to win, obviously, but no, it was fun. We were still fun and focused on the other mode.
SK need to take a sidebar here. It's been a long year for that franchise. They have struggled. This rivalry has been something that has spurred them on, that has set that fire in their belly. I'm sure they were eagerly awaiting this kind of matchup, but with Crazy Raccoon so far ahead in this group, only one of these teams will be able to advance to tomorrow's play.
Lane already dominating the right. That's why you take a Rosa, and that's why FUT are ahead.
These guys are going at it hammer and tongs here. Semantic able to get the mute on Ope, but he will just walk it in. Yoshi goes for it again. It's Chaos this time getting involved. Draze is in trouble, and here come SK Gaming.
Nice! Wait, Yoshi. We need to pull with the skill of Ope. No,
Back now for our second round in this set. Ope getting pummeled as Draze comes alive.
Gun available from Yoshi, not really wanting to feed him super. He gives him it, but he'll take the goal as a bit of a counter.
Here come SK again. They're going forward. Shockwave should get the job done. Draze can only look on as the ball gets slotted.
Everything coming out of SK Gaming, but it's just not enough. Chaos low, trying to get it done, but Draze is there. Shot comes through, and Brawl ball's even.
2 players up here for FUT to defend. The montage could be an issue. Lenar trying to buy a little bit of time, but there's still 3 players for SK Gaming, and they will not be denied. Yoshi muted. He's in trouble. Here comes Lenar, and he's hungry. That's 2 for the Rosa now, and Chaos will be moved aside. FUT Esports, take a breath and make it an even game.
FUT Esports are definitely going to be ready to head into overtime here. The B, the Oat is going to dominate.
And here he comes, Lenar again, finds the 1 kill. He's so tanky, Ope can only look on from behind the montage. And now it's Yoshi. As time runs out, he will fall. And FUT Esports will get the job done.
When we lost here this second set, and we were a little bit, we were not feeling good. I did a small pitch because I feel like we were scared when we were playing.
Let's stop scared, like we trap them. We stop scared. We have nothing to lose. We scared too much. We want to play for the defense, the win. Just play your best. If you miss, you miss. Just don't be scared to try something.
SK Gaming now definitely in the doldrums. They have been unable to win a set so far here at World Finals. As we head over to Hot Zone now, it's now or never for SK Gaming.
Well, FUT Esports, they were 2-0 up. Looking pretty easy. People thought it was going to be that 3-0, but if you give SK hope, they're going to take it.
FUT Esports are going to have this one wrapped up. SK have got to get in there, and so they do. They wipe FUT off the map, and now they have control.
Rage coming back in, but it's him against the world here. Nothing going to happen.
Nice. It's over, guys. Yeah. Nothing to lose.
Here's the hyper charge for Lenar is going in. My God, the damage is real. It'll be a trade in the end now as the hatchlings coming in, and Yoshi's going to get left upon. Tough gig for him.
Everything's going down 93 now as we get closer to a FUT Esports match point. Last call. And FUT Esports match point.
Oh, brother.
SK, something needs to happen. I mean, they're 1 game away from staying alive. It can't be that bad. Yeah, Lenane's surely going down there. Little auto-aim there from Chaos to bring him to his knees. Close game, this one, much closer than the games before, but Semantic getting some great shots onto Yoshi here.
Chaos forced away from the left-hand side by Draze, who really collapsed towards mid. And now FUT have the lead. Yoshi, though, still hits hard without that super. Will throw yet another one down on Lenar, goes in straight away. Chaos, though, loses his turret, but gets the kill. 96 and counting here. SK Gaming, they've got themselves in the game. Finally, they come alive.
Nice. Nothing to lose, Ope, bro.
Clawing the way back. They're starting to make moves, and they really needed to.
Like, we did the most hard to win this set 3 because if not, it was finished. Even the comp was pretty hard to play, but it was our play style, so we knew how to play it. So yeah, after this off-zone map that we lost a lot in the years against them, in ESL, for example, KSO Cup, It was not our best map. No, we were like full motivation and ready to win this match.
The crowd got behind them, and in that third set, they managed to take a win. And something just clicked. They started playing so much better in FUT Esports, the heads went down. You see Semantic's not shouting as much, he's starting to kind of utter.
We're heading over to knockout next, folks. It'll be out in the open.
I mean, down they go, it's a 1v2. Semantic cannot get the job done. SK Gaming take it, and now one game away from evening the score.
Semantic, though, returns to the fray. Yoshi Low has to use the cheat cartridge to get back to that damage. Amp now is at 930. Eventually, he must succumb, and Chaos, it's a popsicle.
Now, match point for FUT Esports.
It all comes down to this game.
Say goodbye to Semantic 2. SK reverting to their former glory.
Standing tall as match point comes SK, refusing to buckle under the pressure.
Elanane's going to fall. Surely there it hits now. Drage almost dead as well, and he's all just surviving, but Semantic should be behind him. SK make it happen. Set number 5 inbound.
No! Let's go! No, happy, bro, let's go. No! No, you will not get reverse sweep, bro. We will not get reverse sweep. We will win this now. Come on, bro.
Like Semantic being dropped, Dre talking mad today. With both teams falling to Crazy Raccoon, it really set the stage for an absolute blockbuster.
Nah, I'm a big fan of this map, and I'm a big fan of this one being the decider between these two teams. Double swoosh in gem grab is going to be a huge, huge set for both of these teams.
One more time into the breach. This time, it's for all the marbles.
Don't forget, guys. We need to lose.
Let's get it on. It's time for double swoosh. Chaos wants to capitalize. He's going forward, but Leonard drags him to the underworld. This is dangerous for SK Gaming now.
SK need to push. They've got time. 10 seconds on the clock, and now they're coming forward.
Drage sitting in the back with plenty of gems to work with. Semantic tries to make the cheeky play. The dimensional door's up. Drage can get out if he needs to. He's slowed. The gems are spilled. And the countdown is reset.
Chaos needs to make a push. 6 seconds. Lenane has all the gems. Now he comes in. The pull, but he gets the jump. Bear on them, but SK have all the gems now.
5 seconds left now. Gems drop, but Yoshi has 10. He's trying to dodge these shots. 1 second, and Yoshi survives. SK, they're on the board here in gem grab.
What looked like a FUT game turns quickly to SK's match point. One more needed for them. FUT about to be reverse swept.
Unbelievable scenes here. A quiet and calm SK Gaming shrug off those first 2 sets and they get it together.
Like we knew we were not going to give up this game.
Now it's on the line. FUT Esports staring down a match point from SK. This could go badly for FUT. The needed pick maybe not working out. The bear deploy gets slapped on in. And SK Gaming flattened 2 players from FUT. Again, Drage can't get involved.
Can he win this 1v1? All of SK circle him to pick up these gems that are going to be dropped. Hypercharge there. Yoshi claims them all. And Chaos gets the kill. Countdown starts.
Semantic's going to fall down here. Gems still in the hands of SK Gaming. Shadow roll for Chaos. That wasn't who Leonard wanted. He needs to get closer to Yoshi. But SK Gaming. Kings of old return to lay their claim once more. They conquer their rivals. Look at them get across the stage. They're in the faces of FUT Esports. What do you have to say now?
Goodbye to FUT Esports. And SK will be seeing day 3 of the Brawl Stars World Championship 2023.
First one about my celebration. I don't think I will regret because, like I said, I aim my celebration to Dredge. So yeah, obviously I would have preferred to stay humble because I wanted to be the most hyped. This previous week, the emotion spoke for me. Like we proved, like we can always come back, never give up.
SK Gaming feeling good about that sweet, sweet revenge. Drage's words, fuel for SK.
When Ope got up on stage and I wouldn't say got in the face of FUT Esports, but definitely had a fond wave goodbye at close range, we'll say. I think a lot of people had really mixed feelings about it. For him to have that moment, I was shocked that he was so restrained, actually. And many people were mortified by this behaviour, and I thought to myself, I mean, are we forgetting the context here and all of the build-up?
But of course, for SK Gaming, the road is far from done. They'll have a lot more work to do, but they will be advancing to tomorrow's games. They'll have a shot at the throne one way or another. Just how far does this Cinderella run go for SK Gaming?
It was a tough series, nail-biter of a series, and the most important one that we played versus FUT this year. I believe that all the teams, the competitive field is so narrow that in a peak performance day, any team can literally be the world champion tomorrow.
We started pretty bad. The first set was impossible to win, and then we did magic. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but I feel like we're champions already.
Welcome to the final day of the Brawl Stars World Finals 2023. Who will be our champion?
This is the peak of Brawl Stars Esports, I'll be honest. Tribe Gaming versus SK Gaming again. SK Gaming go from one acrimony-filled rivalry to another, man.
This is going to be such a furious showdown.
So it feels like every corner SK turn, they're confronted by another ghost from their past, Tribe Gaming. A team that, again, no love lost between these two rosters, and the last time they met, it was a stinging defeat for SK Gaming. Seems like if they were going to go all the way, they would have to go back through their entire history and settle every score.
Another slice for a wide open net. Tribe Gaming can't move a muscle.
Here comes the teleport in. Yoshi's going to go for it. He only makes one connection. It's 53% remaining on the save. Ope's going to go for it, but it's no good. Tribe Gaming take it back, and they take the set.
Let's go, baby! Come on!
Everyone from Tribe Gaming falls like a house of cards.
Another one, bro.
It just doesn't seem like there's any kind of oppression that can stop them.
This time, it's SK Gaming running away with it, piling up body after body. Zulon falls. They're down to their final life, and EMEA strikes again. SK Gaming moving forward.
A team coming into Worlds that few believed in, now taking down their largest rivals and furthering that into day number 3, taking down their historic rivals of Tribe Gaming, looking unstoppable, headed into the semifinals.
OP, ready to work.
It's hard to deny there's something special about this SK team.
What a comeback, going through LCQ, making it all the way to Worlds, and now making it on to the semifinals. What most would consider a very unlikely outcome, now manifesting before your very eyes. As Team Esports, I think is going to be a supremely worthy opponent for them. When we roll back the clock to Masters, we saw STMN do fairly well in this matchup, so now it's more revenge for SK. That seems to be really what they eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner is revenge, and boy, are they feasting.
The only clash this year, cross Atrav, that's where STMN came out on top in the 3-0 sweep.
Yoshi picks up the right, Chaos gives another one from mid anyway, so it's not gonna matter. 5 seconds, and STMN nowhere to be seen.
NOP falls, 3 champs down, and STMN trying to steal this one out.
STMN even out double swoosh. They have a chance. Yoshi's too low to really do too much, though. 4 seconds there. The TP avails for Bobby to get a heal. He used it, but he almost goes down anyway. Chaos pinching the left to STMN. Takes set number 1.
SK Gaming going on the sheer offensive things in Chaos, and Yoshi should be able to close this game. 1 in the pockets. It should be an STMN game, and surely tying up this set. It's all going horribly wrong for SK. STMN are on the zone, 90%. They only need just a 10. OP will one final ditch attempt. Start of the hypercharge, and they're going to come out on top.
One more point! It's fine. We did it yesterday, guys.
STMN are doing it. They're trying to deprive EMEA of a guaranteed championship trophy, and it's working.
2-0. SK Gaming in the dumps as STMN dominate them once more.
Oh, beautiful angels to go here. Oh, Bobby was SK falling like cards.
1.4 KHP left, and he's not going to be able to do it. Match point up next. The legs have fallen, but it lands on him. Was it 95 for Yoshi? But his legs and head survive.
1 round for SK Gaming, but only by a sliver.
I mean, it's going to have to be Yoshi again. OP's too low, and he gets hit by Bobby. And another tap as well. SK 1 round away from defeat. OP forces the speed out. Nice stuff from him. The last hurrah. Bobby gets it. Huge jump at the Yoshi. And another one to follow in. Just chaos. And STMN do it.
it's a job, right?
Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
SK Gaming, though, can thoroughly be proud of their performance to make it to this stage in the competition. It's something that very few teams can ever say.
I didn't expect SK to be this good at World Finals, but I guess the bootcamp worked, and also like props to Pedro and the players and all the stuff from SK for like figuring it out and getting into a good shape for the most important tournaments.
Please welcome your two grand final teams, Zeta Division and STMN.
Get their second set. He's diving in. He's looking for the safe. And Zeta Division are the Alpha and the Omega. Inevitable. Your 2023 Brawl Stars World Champions.
How do you feel?
Exhausted. So destroyed. I'm worse now than before. I don't know, I'm pretty sure we could have done better. Next year I want to be a different type of coach in terms of draft. I think all around team play or teamwork or making all the players work together. I think that's our communication. I think that's my biggest talent. But on the other hand, I think I miss a bit on draft. So I need to work on that, and I want to do it actually for next year. I learn a lot, and I want to keep doing it. At the end of the day, it's competition. You can win, you can lose. We really appreciate when things are not going good and fans are still supporting. So I want to say to those fans, thank you very much. We really appreciate that. That's what keeps us going when things are not going good. I have been 4 years here. I have been on the top of SK, and we are the best by far. And that's the pressure I put on myself, that I know how much we are putting, I know how much we should deliver. And when we don't do that is when I suffer, actually. Now I feel part of SK, so I feel like we should do what SK needs us to do.
Nobody would have ever thought that for the World Finals we would make such a deep run if you were looking back at the beginning of the year. And I think we can be all super happy with how it turned out. The strength of our team, the strength of how we work, especially also with Pedro, is we always find the angles to get the best out of the situation that we are facing. It's something that we're on the right path.
Was this season a success for SK Gaming? Absolutely. And look at the hurdles they had to deal with. Roster changes, missed monthly finals. They did something special this year that not a lot of teams would have been capable of, and I think that's definitely something to be proud of.
And while they didn't lift the trophy at the World Finals, they did deliver something truly memorable. They did achieve greatness. They've given us one of the best comeback stories this game has ever seen.